Yo, what up YouTube? Explosive movement patterns here, back again with yet another video. And in this video today, I just wanted to discuss really quickly the importance of stretching and becoming a more flexible athlete if you want to achieve your highest potential when it comes to athleticism. And the main reasons that stretching and flexibility will help out is making you a healthier overall athlete, and then will allow you to achieve full ranges of motion in your athletic movements. When it comes to being a healthier overall athlete, it's no secret that if you're an athlete who's really tight, then you're going to put yourself more at risk for things like tears and strains whenever you're performing a really explosive movement. But not only that, if you don't stretch consistently, one thing that might happen is you might lead yourself down the path of getting chronic injuries. I know for myself, there were a couple summers when I was playing football where if I didn't stretch out consistently, I would start to get pain in my lower back and hip. I actually had a pinched nerve for a while, so I get really bad lower back pain, really bad hip pain, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that I was doing a bunch of training, a bunch of high-impact activities, but wasn't taking the time to properly stretch out consistently. And what ended up happening for me is that it led to that pinched nerve, led to that back pain, led to that hip pain. So some people are going to react differently towards, stretching. Some people, may not have to stretch that much in order to remain healthy. But I know for myself, if I don't stretch, at least make some effort to stretch consistently, then I'm going to end up getting that tightness in my hip area. So for me, it's really important to stretch out. And for pretty much all athletes, it is important to stretch out, because if you make a consistent effort towards stretching, then you are going to reduce that risk of tearing something, straining something, pulling something, and you're going to reduce that chronic injury risk just by the fact that you are a more flexible athlete. And then the other thing it helps out with is achieving those full ranges of motion. Again, if you're a tight athlete, you're probably not going to be able to achieve full ranges of motion in any type of athletic movement. One example is if you're training and you're doing a squat, if you're really tight, you're probably not going to be able to go through a full range of motion. In the squats, you're going to be shortchanging yourself when it comes to your strength training. And then when you get out there and you try to jump or you try to sprint, again, if you're really tight, the chances are you're not going to be able to achieve that full range of motion. And achieving a full range of motion is important, because if you can achieve a full range of motion, you can optimize your power by achieving the correct positions. And if you cannot achieve those correct positions, you're not going to be able to optimize that power, and you're going to be shortchanging yourself when it comes to expressing that power. So overall, flexibility is extremely important for an athlete, because it's going to make you healthier, and it's going to help you express power more efficiently, because you're going to be able to achieve those optimum positions, those optimal full ranges of motion for expressing power. Now, you can be over flexible or stretch too much, but this really isn't applicable to like 99% of athletes, because to do that, you have to stretch for hours upon hours every single day. And for pretty much all athletes, that's just not really an issue for them. However, the proper ways to do stretching are, every day or most days a week, just taking 10 to 15 minutes at the end of the day or maybe at the end of the workout just to stretch out areas, just to make sure that, you are remaining flexible, that you are able to, go through full ranges of motion. If you can't touch your toes, you probably want to stretch out a little bit more. You want to make sure that you can be at least somewhat flexible, because being flexible is going to help you out a little bit. It's not necessarily as flashy as getting really super strong and, doing plyos and all that explosive type stuff. However, it is important if you want to achieve your highest potential, and it is very important if you want to stay healthy. And, if you want to stay healthy, that's extremely important, because if you're injured, you can't train, and that is going to obviously hinder your progress. So I know for myself, stretching is very important to make sure that I am able to, stay healthy and make sure that I am at the top of my game. And chances are, if you're an athlete, stretching is going to help you stay at the top of your game as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned about the importance of stretching and flexibility. Explosive movement patterns signing off. Peace.